to get real because Daniel Jones, 2 interceptions. Since he's been paid, he got more pick sixes, I believe, than touchdown passes.
Which is crazy.
Which is one of the most...
Say that again.
He has more pick sixes, Chase Daniel, than touchdown passes.
To his own team, right?
Yes, sir.
More to other... Okay.
More touchdowns to other teams
I just want to make sure we got that.
his team passing since he got paid. Get this, though. An opponent, the Vikings linebacker, Jonathan Greenard, who actually played against Daniel Jones last week, he said this. He said, I kind of started to feel a little bad for him. The opponent said Chase Daniel, he's starting to feel bad. Right? For him. Let's be real. It's the locker room. All right, we're going to keep it straight in the locker room. What should we be doing about Daniel Jones?
You got to play him. You got to play him. Look, I'm a big Drew Lock fan because he went to the University of Missouri.
Of course.
All right. Did everyone watch Hard Knocks with Joe Shane?
I watched it.
Did everyone see him stand on the table, pound his fist, and say, Daniel Jones is our quarterback?
What he said?
He don't have a choice. Okay, it's going to look so bad from a PR perspective if you put in Drew Lock after week 1. He's got to ride with them. You paid him $40 million, more touchdowns to other people on defense than his own team. You could have drafted a quarterback. There were 6 first-round guys that, in my opinion, were better than Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones is saying all the right things to the media. That's great, right? And that's awesome. He's trying to save face. But in that locker room, which we're in, you got to imagine some players, they're not as happy.
I think Daniel Jones is ruining the integrity of football.
Oh, God.
Daniel Jones is ruining the integrity of football. What I mean by that is football, you are supposed to compete to win. Right. You're supposed to make your best effort when you send your 11 players on offense and 11 players on defense. What you are saying to the fans, what you are saying to your teammates is we're competing to win. But when you put Daniel Jones on the football field, that is a lie. And the lie detector test doesn't have to be used to determine that. If you put Daniel Jones on the football field, you're ruining the integrity of the game because you're not actually competing to win. Now, you might be competing to save face for your pocketbooks. You might be competing to balance your spreadsheet. You might be competing to balance the reds and the blacks as it pertains to positives and negatives, but you're not competing to win, and football is based upon integrity. Integrity within your own self and integrity to the locker room, to the men to your left and to your right, and to the staff to your left and to your right. Daniel Jones is ruining the integrity of the New York Giants football team because every time he steps out there, you're not actually competing to win.
Did you have some extra espressos this morning?
The
last 2 blocks, bro.
Yeah, because it's
Bringing
like
heat.
He's so honest right now, and I love this Acho.
Demon Acho, right?
Yo,
Hey, that was...
he should never start the season. He shouldn't be the starter now, right? And when I look at Daniel Jones, first of all, he's so bad. What's the locker room, right?
Yeah.
It's a facility.
We've been
So we're going to talk ball.
It's real locker room
If I'm on his
talk right
team
now,
and my son want to get my jersey, I said, boy, you will be on punishment if you put that 8 down. Put that number 8 down. Do not touch that jersey. We can't win with you, right? And if you're the quarterback, you're the defensive player, and we all locker mates, right? In the locker room, it's all divided, right? You got the defense together, offense together, but we all talk. And if that's the quarterback, and we're going to talk about you, so you over there. I'm like, yo, we cannot win.
I'm out of the locker room right now.
As much as we want to bring it up together, huddle up. We a bond, we a team. We not that, coach. You know why? Because the starting quarterback you got us playing with, we can't win with him. There won't be no playoffs. There won't be no winning division. There won't be no competitive advantages. There won't be no competing because we can't win with you as a quarterback. So when you talk about a whole team overall, there's no way we can win with number 8.
Let's remember though, they won a playoff game in 2020.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. And their best player is in Philadelphia. All I'm going to say is this. If I'm a defensive player, I'm so upset. If I'm an offensive player, that rookie they got, Neighbors, right? He's supposed to be your first-round draft pick. He's supposed to be happy to be there. You're in New York City, baby, the Big Apple. You know how mad he's going to be at the end of the season?
Yeah. And not only that, though, I think in this situation, it's 53 men on the roster, right? So I understand you banged the desk and you said Daniel Jones is our quarterback. One thing my mom always told me is, son, all right,
I'ma know.
Admit when you're wrong, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. You understand what I'm saying? You were wrong, and it's okay. You are not the first organization that missed on a quarterback. You was wrong. But to protect the other 52 men on the roster, put Drew Lock in the game. Because as we sitting in the locker room, you know how it go, because I played wide receiver, right? You know how it go? Hey, man, Chase tripping, dog. And I'm talking to Drew Lock, though. You Drew Lock. Hey, Chase talking about me. Hey, you see how I ran that out up, bro? I'd have got it to you.
Yo, that's how they be.
That's how they be. But that is how they are.
Or hold up, you walk past, yeah, you was open, bro.
But that's how they be in the locker room.
Hey.
He's hurting everybody out there. He's not making everybody better. And let's just get to this. Since his rookie year, 15 touchdown passes a year is his ceiling.
Come on, we talking about
rookie year.
It's his ceiling. Like we not talking now. It's his ceiling. Come on, man.
Let me say something in the locker room I don't know if I've ever shared.
Oh.
I've been too big a punk to say it.
Oh.
But I'm wondering if Daniel Jones should do it. It's a true story. 2009, I'm at Texas. We're playing Texas A&M. It's our biggest rival. I think we are undefeated at the time. This is supposed to be the year we go to the national championship game. I'm a rotational linebacker with another dude, Keenan Robinson. He ends up getting drafted. I go into the game. It's a true story. Never shared this. I go into the game. I get beat for a 40-yard touchdown. I took myself out the game.
Oh, well,
Took myself out the game.
You quit.
You quit? I didn't quit.
Oh, okay.
I took myself out the game. I took myself out the game for a series because I was like, hey, this is a national championship year. I'm not going to be the reason because the lights is too bright as a true sophomore at Texas. And we got Brian Arakpo in front of me. We got Earl Thomas behind me. We got Lamar Houston in front of me. Like, I said, hey, I'm not going to be the reason we lose the game. Now, that was as a sophomore. By the time I was a big dog, as a junior and a senior, by the time I'm a third-team All-American, it's a different story. But I understood the gravity of the situation, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be the reason we lose. Because I said,
no way Daniel Jones is doing that.
But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Now, again, I've done this several times. Hold on. We're in the locker room. I'm saying in life, I've done this several times. After 4 years in the NFL, I said, you know what? I'm not going to be a team's rushing leader. I'm not going to lead the league in receiving touchdowns. I'm not going to play 14 years. I also took myself out that game. When the Buffalo Bills texted me in 2016, said, hey, we want you here for a workout. I didn't respond. He texted me the next day, send me your driver's license, send me your social security. I want to bring you in for a workout. I said, I'm taking myself out that game, too. I'm self-aware. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm bad at.
That's a little different, though, man. And you my man. Like,
what I'm saying is...
That's wild, though, Ancho.
It's wild if you a big dog. Obviously, as a senior, I'm not a big... But to me, Daniel Jones, the reason I bring this up is because I'm like, DJ, you're costing your team. Now, I took myself out of the game for a series. I didn't take myself out the whole game.
Thank God.
No. I took myself out of the game for a series, and we still went to the national championship.
What if he thinks he's a big dog?
He's not.
He ain't a big dog.
Helps have some self-awareness.
160 mil, though.
You just do two picks. You got more pick six. Like, that's where I'm at. Again, I'm with alpha males right now. I'm with the Eagles all-time rushing. That's why I've never said what I said before, because I know I would get that reaction. But what I'm saying is, like, I wasn't going to be the reason that Texas didn't go to the national championship game. And we ended up going. DJ being a reason they suck right now.
Look, I'm not defending Daniel Jones because he did not play well enough, and he needs to do something about it, or Drew Lock is going to end up. But we're in the locker room, right? You know what else people talk about in the locker room?
What?
The game plan and play calling. I'm not putting it on them. However, listen to me. Listen.
That's why I didn't say nothing. I just gave you that
Both
look.
you guys are giving me crazy eyes. Okay, Mike Kafka comes over from the Chiefs. Thought he was going to end up calling the plays for the Giants, right? It's Brian Daboll's show in New York. So eventually you got to put some heat on Brian Daboll. Can he get that offense? Listen, can he get that offense going? Because of simplify the game plan. When I'm there and I'm watching it, okay, and I'm watching what he has Daniel Jones doing on third down. Shift, motion, remike it, shift this other one, go to motion, do this, do that. Okay, eventually, you got to understand how hindered Daniel Jones is with that offense.
All right.
So you got to simplify the game plan for it.
Yo, are we leaving? Because I played for Brian Daboll, right? Super smart. We ain't
leaving. I just want to turn the volume back up. We're not leaving. I'm just turning the volume back up.
I was the first, but Daboll was one of the coolest coaches you ever had, right? He simplifies everything. I can say this on TV, but look, we had Josh Allen, right? And let's say Josh did something stupid in practice. He said, hey, numbnuts. He was saying, this is his words. Hey, numbnuts, was that simple enough for you? As in, is this game plan simple enough for you? Brian Daboll is so good that when they even thought about signing Daniel Jones, I said, you know what? It might work because Brian Daboll is so smart and so good, he can play with anybody. We are not going to give any blame, zero blame to Brian Daboll because he is that good.
Let me ask you.
Hey, numbnuts, is it that easy? Come on,
but what about this? Last year, Daniel Jones had 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The other Giants quarterbacks had 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. To me, it says it's it's a Daniel Jones issue. Like, some dudes just, it was DeVito.
I just want to make the point in the locker room. There's some people talking about it. I'm just letting you know.
Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year with this man, Daniel Jones. He should never get fired. He should never do nothing. You won a playoff game with Daniel Jones. We talking about a plan?
Hold on, no. Before we leave the locker room.
You making $160 million?
Back, because I felt some condemnation when I shared my story in this locker room.
Yeah, I hated that story. I hated that story.
You
said one series. You said one series. No, but I don't lie.
I want a big dog.
But being a competitor, though, like, checking out is wow.
But at what point? Hold on, because we in the locker room, y'all. This is a therapy session for your boy.
Because we gonna talk about you later.
No doubt about it. But at what point do you let your pride and your ego cost everybody else around you?
Why are you there for? You play football, right?
Yeah.
It's Texas.
Of course.
In Pittsburgh, we would never do that.
Competitor.
But you know what? We're gonna find a way to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll do that. But I'm not gonna do that in the midst of the game when we might lose a game.
Look, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So